Welcome, students, to the online teaching learning process of RPM Lovely Public Senior Secondary School, New Lalpur. Class 9th Biology, Chapter 5 The Fundamental Unit of Life is Cell. Cell. All living forms are composed of microscopic unit called cell. A cell is the basic structural and the functional unit of life of living organisms, which is capable of carrying out all life process. Study of structure and the composition of cell is called cytology. Robert Hooke. In 1665, Robert Hooke discovered the cell. He saw cell in a thin slice of cork through his microscope. He observed as honeycomb-like structure in a slice of a cork. We have learned that cell is the building block of all living matter. Cell vary with respect to their shape, size, function and the types. Some cell may even change their shape and size as per the requirement. Some cell has fixed shape which may be spherical, oval, elliptical, polygon, spindle shape, etc. Cell of certain organisms such as amoeba have irregular shape. If we see in this diagram, there are different type of shapes of RBC like disc shape, nerve cell, elongated ovum, spherical shape, smooth muscle cell, spindle shaped, fat cell, elliptical shape. As we know, cell is the basic structural and the function unit of a life. When the same structure cells combine, they will form tissue. When the tissue with the same structure and function combine, they form organ. When the number of organs collectively combine and work together, they form organ system. When all the organ system work together in a body, they form an organism. Organisms are further divided into two parts, unicellular organism and the multicellular organism. Unicellular organism are that organism that have a single cell, or we can say that is made up of only one cell, like amoeba, bacteria, paramecium. Whereas multicellular organisms are those organisms which is made up of many cells, like plants and animals. Let us differentiate between unicellular organism and multicellular organism on the basis of their characteristics. Cell number. Unicellular organisms are of single cell, whereas multicellular organisms are of large number of cells. Functions. All the functions performed in unicellular organism by a single cell, whereas in multicellular organism, different cells perform different or we can say specific functions. Division of labor. In unicellular organism, it is not performed, but in the multicellular organism, cells specify to perform different function. Reproduction. In unicellular organism involves the same single cell for the reproduction, whereas in the multicellular organism, specialized cells, that is germ cell, take part in the reproduction. Lifespan. In unicellular organism, the organism have very short lifespan, whereas in the multicellular organism, they have long span of life. Let us discuss the first part of the cell, that is cell membrane, which is also known as plasma membrane. Plasma membrane is the covering of the cell that separates the content of the cell from its external environment. It is the living part of the cell and it is present in the cell of the plant, animals, and the microorganism. It is very thin, delicate, elastic, and selective permeable membrane. It is composed of lipids and proteins. The main functions of cell membrane is it is very selective, permeable membrane. It allows the flow of limited substances in and out of the cell. It also helps in the diffusion and osmosis process, means exchange of liquid, water, and air and the gases. Diffusion. Diffusion is the process in which movement of substances from higher concentration to lower concentration. That is, it allows the exchange of gases such as carbon dioxide or oxygen with the external environment, means from the higher concentration to the lower concentration. Osmosis. Osmosis is the process, or we can say it is the passage of water from the region of higher concentration to the lower concentration. Means higher water concentration to the region of lower water concentration through a selective permeable membrane. For the osmosis process, it will include three more types of solutions. The first type of solution is hypotonic solution. If the concentration of water outside the cell is higher than the concentration of water inside the cell, then the cell gains water by the process of osmosis and the cell gets swell up. The second type of solution is isotonic solution. If the cell are put in an environment which has similar concentration of water as present inside, this state allows for free movement of water across the membrane without changing concentration of solute on either sides. The third type of solution is hypertonic solution. If the cell are kept in an environment which has lower concentration of water than what is present inside the cell, then due to the process of osmosis, water comes out of the cell and the cell will shrink. Let us discuss the another part of the cell, that is cell wall. Cell wall is present in the plant cell but absent in animal cell. Cell wall is a non-living, thick and freely permeable covering made up of cellulose. It is present in eukaryotic plant and in prokaryotic cells. Function. It determines the shape and rigidity to the plant cell. It protects the cell membrane, or we can say plasma membrane. It provides structural strength to the plant cell. When a living cell loses water, there is a shrinkage of content of a cell away from the cell wall, and this phenomena is called plasmolysis. The cell wall permits the cell of the plant, fungi, and the bacteria to withstand with dilute hypertonic external media without bursting. The other part of the cell is nucleus. The nucleus is a small, round, and a membrane bounded structure found in the cell. The fluid inside the nucleus surrounded by nuclear membrane is called nucleoplasm. It controls the cell growth and the reproduction because it contains cell heredity information. It is covered by a dual layer called nuclear membrane. The nuclear membrane contains pores due to which material can travel both inside the nucleus from the outer surrounding, that is called cytoplasm. Let us compare eukaryotic cell and prokaryotic cell on the basis of the characteristic number 1, nucleus. In eukaryotic cell, the nucleus is present, whereas in prokaryotic cell, nucleus is absent. Number of chromosomes. In eukaryotic cell, it has more than one chromosome, whereas in prokaryotic cell, it has only one, but not true chromosomes. Cell type. In eukaryotic cell, they are usually multicellular, whereas in prokaryotic cell, they are usually unicellular. True membrane bounded. In eukaryotic cell, they have true membrane bounded, or we can say there is a presence of membrane. But in the prokaryotic cell, the true membrane is absent.